Now the next thing I want to do is I want to compare the mean age and the standard deviation of the ages for males and females at Roane State. So I'm going to click Insert Worksheet here, and I'm going to double click on the name and retitle this Gender Age Comparison. And what we want to do is we want to go back to our original data back here on sheet 1, and we want to copy over the gender and the age for each student. So if I click on the top of this column here for gender, and I'm going to hold down Control now and click on the top of the age column, then you see it selects both of these columns. Now you can copy that either using Control C or just right click and copy, and then go back over here to gender age comparison, and again we want to just paste special and paste the values here. And you see now that we have the gender and the age for each person in our data set. What we want to do with that is we want to be able to group all the females together and group all the males, and the way I'm going to do that is go to Data, and I'm going to sort from A to Z on the gender column. So I click Sort A to Z, and now what we want to do is we want to summarize this data for the females and for the males. So I'm going to over here to the right, I'm going to type mean age, and I'm going to type standard deviation. Resize the column so it looks nicer. I want to calculate these for females and for males. Now we can use the function wizard in Excel to create these functions, to calculate these, and the way we'll do this is hit Insert Function, and you see here that with this window that pops up we have several different functions, and average is one that's listed here. We'll click on average and hit OK, and it brings up this dialog box. We can either type all the numbers in, or the easier way to do that would be to select all of the ages that we want. So we'll just go ahead and go over here and click on 22 and drag this down. So all of the ages that are for the females, which for me is down to row 41. I'll hit OK. And you see we get a mean age of 26.4. We can do the same thing for the males. And this time I'm going to type the formula, equals average, parentheses, and I'm going to tell it where this data is. And again, I just select all of the ages for all of the males. I'll close the parentheses. You can see up top that it's closed them. And when I hit enter, we get this age for the males. The standard deviation, again I'm going to use the function wizard. And I don't see the standard deviation right here. If you scroll down, you'll probably see it, but we'll search for the function to find it here. If I type standard deviation and hit enter or go, then we get a whole list here, and this STDEV, that's the standard deviation we want. So I hit OK, and again we want to calculate this for the females first, so I'll select the ages of all of the females and hit OK, and I'll do the same for the males, and this time I'll just type it again, STDEV. Once you know the name of a function, typing it can be faster sometimes here in Excel. And then I'll select the ages of all of the males, scroll back up and you see that there, and I hit enter. So now we have the mean age and the standard deviation for the males and females. And just as we did with the descriptive statistics, let's fix the number of decimal places according to our round off rule, which for this data would be one more decimal place than the ages. So let's decrease the decimal, and it got rid of all of them, so we'll increase it back one, and now we have the correct number of decimal places for the mean age and the standard deviation. Again, for this I want you to interpret this, and I ask you to tell me on average, do males or females appear to be older at Roane State? And does there appear to be a significant difference in the mean age or variation? and I ask you, why might this be? So go ahead and type that below the table that you've created there, and just use what we've learned in class to come up with a few sentences to just talk about what the differences are there, if we see any significant difference.